One tap in your house is weak. Every other tap is fine. You turn it on, and instead of a proper stream, you get a sad dribble, or a spray that shoots sideways and soaks your shirt. Here is what nobody tells you. About 6 times out of 10, the whole problem is a screen the size of a coin sitting in the tip of that faucet, clogged with grit. Cleaning it takes 5 minutes and costs nothing. A plumber charges between $50 and $200 just to show up and do exactly what you're about to learn. Start with a 30-second test because it decides everything that follows. Turn on the weak tap, hot only, then cold only. Then check a different tap somewhere else in the house. If several taps are weak, stop. That is a whole house problem, not this video. If only the hot water is weak, and it is weak in more than one place, that points at your water heater. Also, not this video. But if this one tap is weak on both hot and cold, while every other tap is fine, the problem is inside that faucet, and you can fix it yourself. So what is in there? Look at the very tip of the faucet where the water comes out. There is a small metal piece screwed onto the end. That is the aerator. It mixes air into the water so the stream feels full instead of splashing, and it holds a fine mesh screen that catches grit before it reaches your hands. That screen works every single day. Over years, it fills with mineral deposits from your water, flakes of rust from your pipes, and sand that gets stirred up whenever anyone works on the water main in your street. Water cannot get through properly, so pressure at that one tap drops. That is the whole mystery. A blocked screen. Not your pipes, not your pressure, not anything expensive. Before you touch it, do 2 things. Put the plug in the sink or lay a cloth over the drain. The aerator comes apart into 3 or 4 tiny pieces. If one goes down an open drain, your 5-minute job becomes a miserable afternoon. Then take a photo with your phone. You will not think you need it. You will need it. The parts go back in one specific order, and once they are on the counter, they all look interchangeable. They are not. Now unscrew it. This is where almost everyone gets stuck. The aerator has a normal thread, lefty-loosey. But the threads point down at the sink, so lefty-loosey only applies when you are looking up at it from below. If you are standing at the sink looking down, which is what most people do, the direction is reversed. From up there, you turn it to the right to loosen it. It feels completely wrong. And that is exactly why so many people decide their aerator is stuck. They have been tightening it harder and harder. So get your head under it and turn left, or stay standing and turn right. Same movement, and now you know why. Try your hand first. Dry it completely, because dry skin grips metal far better than wet skin. A rubber glove or a dry towel grips better still. Most come off by hand. If it will not move, use pliers, but never bare. Wrap the aerator in cloth or a few layers of masking tape first. Metal jaws leave permanent scratches you will look at every day for years. Still stuck. Warm it with a hairdryer for a minute, because metal expands with heat and that usually breaks the seal. Or spray penetrating oil around the joint. Wait 15 minutes. Try again. One type to know about. Some newer faucets hide the aerator up inside the spout, so there is nothing to grip. If you see a small notch or a ring with 2 little holes, that one needs a plastic key. It came taped inside the faucet's box, and if it is long gone, any hardware store sells a universal set for a few dollars. Now take it apart over the counter, never over the sink, and lay the pieces out in the order they came out. You will find a metal housing, a rubber washer, a fine mesh screen, and usually a small plastic disc with holes in it. That disc is the flow restrictor. Leave it in. People online will tell you to throw it away for more pressure. Do not. It is why your faucet meets water regulations, and pulling it out can unbalance the mixing and give you scalding water where you did not expect it. Look at the screen. You will see white chalky buildup, which is limescale from hard water, or green deposits, or dark grit and rust. That is your culprit, sitting right there. Rinse every piece under a strong tap, backwards. Run the water through the screen from the outside in, the opposite direction to normal flow. That pushes debris back out the way it came instead of driving it deeper into the mesh. If rinsing does not clear it, and with limescale it usually will not, soak the parts in plain white vinegar. 30 minutes for light buildup, overnight for heavy. Vinegar dissolves mineral deposits and harms nothing. You do not need a special product. Then scrub gently with an old toothbrush and push a pin through any hole still blocked. Gently. The mesh is thin, and a torn screen means buying a new aerator. That is the repair. Everything else is putting it back. Reassemble in the order from your photo. Screw it on by hand only. Hand tight is genuinely tight enough. Over-tightening cracks the plastic inside or strips the threads on the faucet, which turns a free fix into an expensive one. Turn the water on. You should have a full, straight, even stream. If it drips around the edge, wrap it in cloth and give it one small nudge with the pliers. Small. Now suppose the pressure is still weak. Do not call anyone yet. 2 things left, both free. Look under the sink. There are 2 small valves where the pipes meet the wall, one hot, one cold. These get knocked, especially during cleaning, and a half-closed valve strangles the flow. If the valve has a round handle, turn it counterclockwise until it stops. If it has a lever, the lever should run in line with the pipe. Crossways means closed. While you are down there, check the 2 flexible hoses running up to the faucet. A sharp kink cuts the flow just as effectively as a blocked screen. Straighten any you find. If it is still weak after all that, it is most likely the cartridge, the valve inside the faucet body. That is a real repair. It is different for every brand, and that is a fair point to look up your exact model or call someone. But you will get there, having spent nothing and ruled out the 3 easiest causes yourself. That is not a wasted afternoon. That is knowing what is actually wrong. Cover the drain. Take the photo. Look up at it from underneath. Rinse the screen backwards. Hand tight only. That is a repair most adults pay someone else to do. It took you 5 minutes.